What's going on, my peoples? And I go by the name The Sorcerer. And yes, it's been a bit of a minute since I've been doing a reading. Do you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time I give a collective reading. A lot's happened over the last coming weeks, and to be fair, even my guides have told me just to have a little break. And I think it's important that if you have a barometer or a sign to just say, just take a little break, I think it's important to. But I thought to, now I'm ready to give you all a reading. Sometimes it's all about just spiritual maintenance and just protecting your peace. But yes. I'm now going to be doing a reading. The energy that I've been picking up before the reading is a lot to do with the energies that are changing. So over the last couple of weeks, even though it's quote unquote 2024, energetically we're still in the later part of 2023, if that makes any sense. So we're still like sleeping, we're still very tired, energy is not moving about. And now that we're about to move into springtime, a lot of things are going to change in terms of the way you think, the way you move. A lot of epiphanies, realizations coming towards a full circle moment. I feel that energetically, and I feel that with regards to yourself, there's a lot of letting go, streamlining your timeline, streamlining your journey. All right, I'm now going to be shuffling. If it resonates, I hope it helps. If not, send it back to the universe. Energies are fluid. We keep on shining and we stay rising. So let's see what's happening. I need to coin that. I need to coin that. Yes. I'm just glad that I'm in a presence where I can give you guys a reading. And do you know, it took me a bit of time and I had to just take a little step back, but I don't regret it because it's made me realize how much I love tarot. So yes, enough of the talking, let's get into the reading. Right, let's see collectively. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right. Let's see what they're saying. I see a lot of people needing to forgive themselves, and I'll get into it. I see a lot of unveilings, but a lot of it comes from an ego death. I see people uncovering themselves more so towards their uncomfortable truths. But I'll get into it. The reading itself, for me, makes complete sense. And I'll just talk to you and give you a little run through of how I intuitively read these cards. Yes. So, the theme of the reading right now, just to let you know, I'm just doing a Celtic cross spread, but I'll give you just a run through of what I'm going to be talking about. But the theme overall reading is about expansion. Expansion. And I see the number 3, and I see a lot of people making that transmutation and the essence of starting to move energetically around the month of March. I see the planning is starting to happen. I see the epiphanies are starting to happen. I see people's visions are now turning to plans. You know, we are in the 8th year, 2024. 2 plus 4 is 8. And that's in case of the infinity sign, as you can see. And what I'm saying to you is, wherever you will put in will come back. And that's the essence of the infinity sign. It's that natural flow of things. So it's about the effort. I also recommend you speaking to your higher powers, your higher version of yourself, your guides, spirit teams, due to manifesting these changes. When it comes to manifestations, it's intention plus application. If you don't have the two, or if you don't have one of the two, it's not going to work. So let's get into the reading. This is I feel like for everybody with the King of Swords, I feel like there's going to be a rude awakening. Anyone that doesn't want to live their most authentic self, anybody that's not truly having a structure now. This is, for me, people stuck within their delusions and their dreams. And my advice to you during this time is move into your masculine. And I'm not saying you're going to be into this brawny physical specimen. This is more about planning, purpose, having the foresight, thinking more rationally, you know. And this is just part of your process. In order for you to align with what your dreams are and what your plan is, there has to be an essence of planning. And the Temperance card is you having the faith to do so. You having the faith to do so. And even if you're having a time where you feel a type of way, my advice to you in this regards to the Temperance card is, the Temperance card is about reminding yourself that you truly are the one that alchemizes yourself. That's the card of alchemy. So if you're having a day where things are not going to plan, it's about recomposure, recomposing, going back to your point of origin and starting again, or learning from the situation and become a better version throughout your journey. And that's what I interpret the Temperance card as. Right. The present situation, which is highlighted here, are that your King of Wands in reverse, followed by the 8 of Pentacles. And what I see with the King of Wands are that of your lack of, there's a lack of belief that your creative, your ideas are going to work. And that's because there isn't a structure. The 8 of Wands is a reminder for you that things, as much as you have plans, as I said from the previous card, there has to be, or the previous first part of what I've said to you before the reading, is that you need to manufacture a plan, a structure, in order for you to create. The reason why you feel like your quote unquote dreams are not within reach is because you've not made a plan to continue and to go forth about making not just physical plans, but actual plans that you're writing down on board and thoughts. This is just all a bit of delusion. That delusion is only going to be within your pathway, and that's the only way it's going to work. Unfortunately, that's not how it works here. You need to start making plans. You need to put the work in. That's what my guides are telling me. My guides are telling me you need to put the work in, and that comes with the 8th year. Whatever you put in, it's going to be put out. No one's going to give it to you. No one's going to hand it to you. Everything needs to come through your application. And I know it sounds like a call out, but for some, this is the wake-up call that you need. This is the wake-up call that will give you that fire in your belly. And I want you to have the fire in your belly. I want you to have the best successes. That's the truth and the reality. Your challenges are that you've got the King of Cups followed by the Page of Pentacles, and intuitively, I feel like there's a lot of, the way I see it, there's a lot of changes that's happening, as I said prior to the reading. And it's about mastering your emotions. Also, what I love about the King of Cups is a reminder not to become complacent, not to live in a land of delulu or delusion. And this is about you listening to your messages from the universe. I see the Page of Cups as you getting a call from your signs and synchronicities, your guides, or people who are your friends or a form of spirit that will help you. Open up. It's time for you to open up about the help that you need, or even just to get some steam off and you needing to speak out about certain matters regarding what you feel inside of you. The challenge is for you is to positively express these things without feeling it's going to, essentially, what I'm just trying to say to you is when you speak to your friends, try to remove the victimhood mentality that you may have and try to be have a proactive approach rather than saying, woe is me. Okay, there's an issue. How am I going to find a solution to this situation? The Wheel of Fortune is the Queen of Swords. Excuse me. It's been an early day. What's rocking your soul? You've got the Wheel of Fortune, with the Queen of Swords. And this is a turning of a tide. And I feel that energetically it's coming very imminently in a form of March time, springtime. And this is about unveiling your most authentic self. The Queen of Swords is about unearthing your own truths. And by you unearthing your own truths, there's a time and a place where you'll realize that perhaps you were striving to be perfect. Perhaps you was. And then you realize that it's not about being perfect, it's about being authentic. And that's where you'll get this sort of like moment within yourself that nothing that you thought at the times in the past, they don't really matter to oppose to what you think of things now, because of the slight change of mentality that you gave yourself. And I think I know it's a beautiful time for you. This is a plan of you needing to just, with the Hermit card, taking your time until that you may need to do some shadow work. You may need to look within yourself even deeper. Embrace your shadow. Ignite that light where the Hermit's holding. But this will take time. This will take character. This will take patience. And this will take a bit of as I said from the previous, just before the reading, you're going to perhaps go through an ego death. But this is the reality that you need. It is must. All right. Your past. I think you guys have kind of felt too sorry for yourself, a bit too much, to the point it turns into victimhood mentality. And I see that there's been a self-sabotage of self-isolation. And that's why I said there's a challenge within your challenge part of the spread to reach out to people. But you have got to be proactive. The Five of Pentacles for me is the ousting oneself or another person. But I see you being you. You closing the door in your room and staying there until you feel like you can even get out to just use the toilet, or perhaps opening the door. I don't know in that respects, but it's the same relevance. You're isolating yourself. The Moon card. I see the energy that you feel was slow moving. I hope that this gives you the experience and time. Now that if you are feeling down, the advice I would give you is journal, speak to your friends. Great time to be creative, to transmute that energy into something that's sad in your eyes to something beautiful, expression. But I think it's a case of not using the past as somewhere you close the door. I think you should shine a light to your past, because it highlights where you was, it highlights where you need guidance on, and it highlights, most importantly, perhaps the pain. But this is about unveiling. Part of this is about igniting your authenticity. But you can't just do that always looking towards the light. There has to be a great deal of polarity towards that. So I'm advising you guys to ignite your authenticity through embracing your shadow, as well as many people embracing their light. There has to be a balance. Without the balance, there is an imbalance. What crowns you is the Knight of Wands in reverse, followed by the Four of Swords. And the advice that I'm getting is make sure that you manage at the time. This time, present time, is a good time to just manage yourself. I feel like there is a lack of inspiration, as well as the word I'm also getting is mental burnout. And the Four of Swords is about rest and recuperation. A time where you feel like you need to relax and manage parts of your life. You don't always have to go 0 to 100. That's what my guides are telling me. But you can go at a steady pace. And if you need to take certain breaks, my guides are telling me the Four of Swords are that you must take a break. That you must take that 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes is going to be very poignant. I'm not talking about 5 minutes as in time, but I'm talking time itself. Time for you to just recuperate is very poignant. You can still be very productive. You might not be at your most optimum state, but you're working towards that. But while you are working towards that, there's no harm in you stretching your legs. There's no harm in you doing things in moderation. The time will come when you feel like you are able to go through from 0 to 100. But you need to listen to your body. Right? Incoming future, I see a big change. I see a balance happening. I see you even surprising yourself, because if you look at the Two of Pentacles here, you can see that the person, the jester, from what I've seen, he's trying to balance on a wheel, not on a ball, with a plank of wood, and behind him there are the waves are crashing, but he's still trying to balance that. I see you actually surprising yourself. I see you surprising yourself because you're going to see a strength within your character that no matter what comes to you, there may be chaos, but you're remaining balanced. You're choosing to remain balanced during this time. And it's quite clear to you. Big swift of energy. I see a big character, a strengthening of your character. Yes, I do. I do indeed. Right. The Hangman on your self position, which is about you needing to take time within your long-term goals. It's about removing the weeds with the Seven of Pentacles, removing the weeds and planting new seeds, and having the new intentions within this new cycle. I feel very positive about this, because this is about you having the mindset of knowing that not everything's going to come 0 to 100, or nothing's going to come A to B like just within an instant. This is more of a long-term goal. This is you expanding, but more of a, from what I see, the changes of the expectations of things that you want to grow now to the expectations knowing that, hold on a minute, I'll be living in club delusions if I think that if this seed's gonna grow tomorrow. Let me nurture it, let me take care of it, let's make a plan. And all of this is about you making a plan within your goals, your new goals. The people around you, the Ace of Cups in reverse, followed by the Strength card, and the Ace of Cups. And what I see is you're removing parts of your life that don't see fit to purpose within you. It's a streamline. It's removing those that don't fulfill you in terms of your heart spaces. The Strength card is to remind you that if this is how you feel, you need to put, yes, you really need to double down on this and have the fortitude to do so. Your life is going to become, your energy actually is going to become a lot more lighter. Your spirit's going to feel more freer. There's a lot of people I feel that you're being nice to, but you don't feel comfortable within that space, and you're not being honest with yourself. Time to be honest with how you feel. You can send them love and hope for the best, and that's it. You got to do your thing. But essentially, it's about pouring that cup out and just wishing any other person that you feel that you need to walk away from the best of luck. But this is a challenge that I feel like you've had issues with, but now is the time. This is a time of you. Those times when you felt, and I'm picking this on a certain person, those times you felt down, a lot of that has been surrounded by pressure. Yes, I'm getting pressure, and that's through voices, through people. And essentially what I'm trying to tell you is lighten the load. Yes, lighten the load. And when you lighten the load, your movement energetically is going to become more freer and faster. And it's about the abundance that I want. I want to see freedom in your energy. I want you to be feeling empowered by that choice. And it's essential for me to say that anyway. Your hopes and fears. You got the Ace of Pentacles followed by the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like you're afraid in investing within your long-term goal. I see you having the fear of putting the coin in. And that for me, it's like, in the slot games, and you're putting the money in, that you're afraid that there's not going to be, when you go to the seaside and you put like a coin and it goes in and then there's not going to be money back. I know that's a simplistic analogy, but the essence of it is about investing. Obviously, that's not how you're going to invest in your business. However, when I say investing as a whole, it's about you believing and knowing that this is going to work out. But you're going to give yourself a likely chance, a greater chance of things working if you plan, if you make plans. And when you make your plans, my God, it's going to work, and I'm completely going to be happy for you. Because the Knight of Pentacles is essentially about, yes, you may be frustrated that the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. However, it's the most rewarding. It's the most rewarding card. So if you have the persistence, the patience, if you have the patience, and being persistent on that in your mind, your goal's going to work, you having the intentions, then your long-term goals, you're going to see it likely to work, and it has a greater chance of doing so. That's if you plan. That's if you keep having the intentions and you manifest, because as I said to you, application plus intentions, that's part of your manifesting. Now your outcome, big changes with the Tower card. You've got the Tower card, and for me, it's the change that's needed. It's the effect of something that you've grown with the Seven of Pentacles, and you're coming to see it to come to fruition. I see it being a change within yourself. I see it, the energy that I'm picking up is you're looking back during your future, and you realize how you didn't realize your own strength until you realize your main achievements. And that's something very powerful. But I do see big changes. Let me just get a couple cards. Yes, this is a new chapter. I see you heavily doubling down on your venture with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the essence of moving into that chapter, moving in with having faith that whatever you're doing, being out of business. I see you, or your content, it's going to work and you're just going to run with it. Normally the sixes in the tarot deck are positive, so there has been positive results regarding the work that you've put in. So you're doubling down. You're continuously going through your path. It's a new path. It's a beautiful path. It's the card of action with the Ace of Swords. It's the start of something new. I see the future being bright. I see the future being exciting. I know the pictures, as you can see, with the Six of Swords, the waves are just like, they're crashing, but I feel like that's your energy. That is your energy with the Tower moment. It's a spark that's ignited. It's an inspired action, inspired energy, and it's beautiful. Well, I hope you like this reading. I go by the name The Sorcerer. I send you love, peace, and light, and I'm out. Bless you all.